Benjamin Franklin said, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. But what if we take a look at the book of Genesis? There was no light until after it was acknowledged that there was darkness. Myron Golden pointed this out, and this completely shifted my perspective. He noted that the day didn't start with sunrise, it actually started in the dark. Light was literally created out of darkness. Think about it. And then there was evening, and then there was morning, the first day. Genesis chapter 1. So what if the early bird that everyone talks about is actually a night owl? And look, I get it. My days are packed. Between deliveries, deep diving into market research, 4-hour strategy sessions with my business partners, love them all. Man, I be tired. Those meetings start at 5 p.m. and my social battery is depleted to ground zero by the end of those calls. By 9 p.m., I'm usually ready to crash. But once I decompress and the world really gets quiet, like right now, it's 1 a.m., oh, it's on. Right when I think I'm done, that switch in my brain suddenly flips. The fatigue vanishes and out comes my creative mind. If that's you, stop trying to force the 5 a.m. club. Today, I'm gonna show you how to use the night to build your empire. But first, let's get one thing straight. Being a night owl is not a bad thing. It's hardware, and there's actually a scientific word for it: chronotype. While the world tries to wake up at 5 a.m., you already had a full load of alertness while the sun was down. Your internal clock is literally wired to come alive when everything gets quiet. That surge of energy that you feel at night, that's not you being undisciplined. That's your system doing exactly what it was built to do. Inductive reasoning is the ability to spot patterns and make smart predictions. It's basically connecting the dots before anyone else does. Studies show that night owls often outperform early birds in inductive reasoning and creative problem solving. We aren't fighting against the clock, we're just operating in a different time zone. And guess what? You're in great company. Alexis Ohanian built the foundation of Reddit in those deep late night sessions. And our girl Shonda Rhimes literally talks about doing her best work at night when the house gets completely quiet. They didn't apologize for when they worked best. They built empires around it. They didn't fight nature, they leveraged it. So the problem isn't your sleep schedule. The problem is that you keep trying to play the early bird game instead of your own. Let me show you how to play ours. This is exactly how I use the night owl wiring instead of fighting it. On paper, my night owl schedule is anywhere between 9:30 p.m. and 2:30 a.m. That's after dinner, when technically I'm supposed to be winding down. I'm on the couch, I got the itis, getting my sleepies, and then boom, it happens. My brain starts working. I remember the vision, the life that I'm actually building. The YouTube channel, AYKO visions, the Mind Economy series, marketing strategies, the product roadmap for all the products that I got coming my way, or coming your way. My brain's like my cat, peeks around the corner, wide awake as soon as she hears the food bag. We got one tiny moment of calm, and then boom, we got ideas, let's get it. Step 1, claim your night window. For you, it might be 10 p.m. to midnight. For me, again, it's usually around 9:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. This is not scrolling time, and this is definitely not let me catch up on everybody else's life's time. This is where I take off the guardrails. I don't have to be polished for anybody. I get to be the version of me that doesn't have to show up in meetings or answer phone calls. I'm just me. And my brain cells are literally dancing because they're free to think as boldly and creatively as they possibly can, with no distractions. Step 2, set your night rules. For me, one of the biggest things was deleting social media back in November. 2 months without constant scrolling noise, and it's been a game changer. I realized I actually really love being with my own ideas. When I'm not drowning in everyone else's content, my ideas don't just show up, they don't stop. Some nights my CUNY moments, that sudden wake-up call, comes from a question that someone asked me earlier, a nugget that I grabbed from a meeting, or in a line from a YouTube that I heard in the morning. And that's when things click and I go straight into deep dive mode. Sometimes that looks like ideas just clicking and I just start going in writing. Sometimes it's me realizing I have way more questions than answers, and then that's when I go digging. And yes, sometimes this turns into 20 pages of why this one idea not only solves my problems, but the problems of the world. But that all orbits around one thing: purpose, connecting people's strengths and building unbreakable systems. So your night rules must be no social media, no busy work, no admin, just strategy, vision, and deep creative thinking. Step 3, build the next day bridge. If you stop here and go to bed, you're gonna wake up the next morning like, wow, that was so inspiring. What happened? We not doing that. When I finally feel like I reached my limit, I brain dump everything. All the ideas, the tasks, the next moves. I feed that into my AI assistant and have it create a real plan. This looks like a concrete schedule over the next 2 days, and an overview of the 3 days following that. This is so that by the time I go to bed, I have the next 5 days mapped out for execution. Nighttime is my vision, daytime is my implementation. The night owl me dreams it up. The daytime me clocks in and gets it done. So if you've been judging yourself for coming alive in the nighttime, maybe it's not a flaw. Maybe it's your secret weapon. In my next video, I'm gonna show you the exact spreadsheet on how I turn my night owl clarity into a real plan to get $10 million in revenue. I'll see you in the next video.